First of all, Lee, thanks for joining us. Can we start first of all with one of your summer signings and Reece Russington getting nominated on the shortlist for the Player of the Month award? You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, absolutely. It shows how well he's done since he's been here. He's had a really good first month and a bit. Some goals, probably should have some more assists, but really pleased with him. He's a smashing fella, fitted into the group really well, and you can see his attributes which have got him that recognition at the minute. A long way to continue, but a really good achievement. You know, your first month at a new football club, coming from another country. I think it speaks volumes for him.
Is he one of those players that you've already thought about that there's more to come? Obviously, you train with him every day now, so you've seen what he's really got. So there's a lot more in that locker.
We hope so, yeah. We always knew he was an attacking type, but we feel we can get more out of him to show the confidence to drive with the ball, really use his attributes with his power and his pace to get up the pitch. So we'll always try and get more out of each individual, but we're really pleased with him at the minute. The challenge for Reece is to maintain that level. Yes, he's played a lot of football, and that break's going to have to come at some point, but the challenge is to make sure he maintains his standards.
It's a week out on the training ground for you. No midweek game for the first team. The transfer window's shut. Is that a good week to have with your players now to start working again?
It's been brilliant. No phone calls, etc. It's been great. No, it is. We like it when you've got a full week to be able to work, because the midweek games do disrupt what you want to do and what work you're able to produce. But we've had a couple of really good training sessions up to yet. Obviously today we'll have another one focusing a little bit more towards the weekend, but we really enjoyed when we were able to get a full week, put some work through the players. Like I say, I was really impressed with them in training yesterday, but it is nice to have that, not the distraction of the transfer window. You know what squad and what players you've got to work with now, so you know, full steam ahead, and we'll see what we can come up with.
I think I've made it 10 signings through the summer. There's a couple of players who've had long-term injuries imminently coming back, hopefully, towards your squad. I know Matazolacek was back last week. Would you say this is the strongest squad that you've assembled in now 150 games that you've clocked up as the manager? Would you say this is the strongest one that you've got?
Possibly, yeah. I think all squads that we've been able to put together have had different types of strengths, and we've looked for different things within the players. I think the recruitment does a really good at getting us the best players possible for what we pay. But every squad that we've assembled has had different strengths and attributes. If you go back to, you know, when we got Joe White, to them types in the building, we were able to play slightly different. This one's built to play in a slightly different manner from that. But we're really pleased. We were talking yesterday for an hour and a half in the coach's room, just about substitutes, etc., which has given us that headache, which every manager wants.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it, now that you have got those selection options.
Yeah, absolutely, and people are going to be disappointed. That's the nature of the beast, and people are going to be left out the squad at the weekend. It's their job to respond, not feel sorry for themselves. Because I always say at this football club, everybody's going to be utilised. Like you can see up to yet, the amount of bodies that we have used coming from off the bench, and we changed the bench a couple of times. So it's their responsibility to make sure they're professional, work hard, keep their head down for when their opportunity does come, because like I say, we are going to need everybody.
Well, you brought over a point from Colchester last week. It's Barnet up next. What are you expecting? I'm
really impressed with Barnet. To get out of the league that they got out of, the National League, and play in the manner they did, it's tough going. So they're a really good footballing team. He sticks to his principles in terms of how they play. But to get out of the National League playing in the manner they did, not many teams do it. You know, the traditional way is more a bit of a grind to get out of that division, just because of the amount of games and the amount of good teams that there are in that division. And he's carried that over into League Two. Got really good players, energetic, skillful players who want to get on the football. Can play various formations, which they do. They flip quite a bit. But I've been really impressed with them so far.
they've already won a couple of games away from home, and the 7 that they've played, and it was 7 years that they're out of the Football League, so they know how to win away from home.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, they've got a really good squad together. They've got some good players, experienced players with plenty of games under the belt. So it's not like they're coming into League Two, and it's all brand new to them. Players have played in this division before and higher, so they'll know what to expect when they got promoted. And like I said, they've been able to carry that over. It's going to be a tough game, but we need to execute what we want to do much better than we have done in the last 2 games.
You want to get back on those winning ways. You don't want long sequences of not winning.
Absolutely, and I've said it time and time again, consistency in this division is key, and how you respond from small setbacks that you get throughout the year, which are going to happen, but the consistency and what we're trying to do needs to be better than what we've seen in the last couple of games. If you take the Chesterfield one out of it, so it's on us to do the work in the next couple of days to see if we can bring that out on Saturday, which I'm sure the lads will be able to.
And how's the treatment room looking? What can you give us updates?
Yeah, we got a few little knocks like you'd expect after the start of the season, but nothing that springs to mind where you go, he's going to be missing for the next game. Connor Thomas moving along nicely, being contention for this weekend, if not definitely next weekend, which is good. No real major concerns with Connor. It's just about us sticking to our plan in terms of being able to get more games out of him. There's obviously Joel, who's going to be missing for a bit, had his operation really successful. Jack is back in training now, doing contact stuff, which is great. Joined in the last couple of training sessions, looks really, as you can imagine, excited to get out there. Mattis responded well from the weekend, so he's going to be in contention. So at the minute, touch wood, the treatment room's not looking too bad.
On Jack Lancaster, you'll be eager, won't he? It's been a long time that you've got to manage that, talk with your physios and your sports science peoples, but is he one of those that you might just look at getting some minutes on the under-21 game? Yeah,
so we've got a game on Monday, and a lot of players, as many as we can really within the rules, will play on Monday. It's a good opportunity, particularly for some of the, Jay and Dion to come in who not played a lot of football, to get them some minutes as well. But Jack will definitely feature in that game. But it's a good opportunity for all round for players within the rules of 21 football to get some minutes in them.